having a terrible Thursday. I hope everybody else is having a better day when they get to see this. I broke my phone. Well, I broke one of the glass coverings on my phone. Yep, it's beautiful. So happy I did it. But I digress. We're just going to go ahead, jump right into it. We're going to make this a better day. It is Fucked Up Friday for anybody watching later on when this comes out. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead, jump right into it because I can't think of anything else that I want to do that involves fucking around any longer. We're just going to jump right into it, and maybe some of these stories will make me laugh, hopefully make you laugh, and we won't die of secondhand embarrassment for me breaking my phone, because this is the first time I've ever broken a phone, so that's why it's like such a big deal to me, is because this is the first time I have ever broken anything on a phone before, like ever. And it was all because I was being stupid. I'm not even going to tell the story about it because I'm so angry about it still. Maybe another time, another day, but today we're going to jump right in and just go for it. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Phoenix Reads. Today's episode is a series of Today I Fucked Up. That's right, y'all, it is Fucked Up Friday. As usual, I don't read any of the stories I'm about to read with you. I will leave any usernames in the description if you want to leave your own opinion on their post, given it is still up. My username for Reddit is in the description. Feel free to tag me in stories that you'd like to hear me read. Let's get started. Like I said, we are just rolling into it at this point because I've had enough. I've had enough of today, so... It's also episode 5, by the way. I don't know why whenever I hit, like, enhance now, because I just want to make sure, like, this sounds good. It starts playing it so I can hear it, like, in my ears. Okay, I'm just gonna sit that there, and we are just gonna not knock stuff over. That is the goal. We are not gonna knock shit over today, or even attempt to knock anything over. And I'm gonna go ahead and one. All right, we are just gonna, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Oh my. I had that like really filled, so when I tipped it a little bit, it was like bubbling as I was taking a drink, so I was like, excuse me, sir. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead, roll right into it. Hey guys, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Friday, or at least had a wonderful Friday if you are listening to this later on in the day. I don't really have a whole lot to say. Today has kind of been a fucked up day for me. I broke my phone. Not to like any like terrible degree, but I dropped it like flat on the ground on cement coming home from taking my kid to school this morning, and I cracked a camera. It still works. I've taken all the glass around it, and I have something coming in tomorrow that will be covering it, so my stupid ass does not cut myself, because I know if I don't cover it, I will cut myself. Yeah, it's one of those days. Great day for a Fucked Up Friday recording, though. So we're just gonna go ahead, roll right into it, and this first one is already a not safe for work one. So like I usually say, if you are listening to this somewhere where you don't think you want somebody listening to this, or somebody shouldn't be listening to it that is nearby, this is your one and only warning. Not safe for work. Listen to it later or move to another room. Today I fucked up by kissing a coworker while we are both in a relationship at a strip club. Okay. I, 22M, and most of my colleagues went to a restaurant last Thursday to have a 5 to 7 to celebrate the departure of one of the oldest employees of the company. I have no idea what a 5 to 7 is. I don't know if they're talking about time. It sounds like a very like random description, so I don't know. So we're just gonna move on past that. We started to drink, me and 5 other colleagues, 4F and 1M. Okay, so 4 females and 1 male. Didn't want to go home, so we all went to a strip club. There, we bought 2 bottles of vodka and continued to drink. It was the first time for most of us to go to the club, and we were all amazed by the girls. I have actually never been to a strip club, so... I mean, I guess. I don't know. Sorry. 2 of my colleagues, let's call them Sarah, 25F, and Mary, 26F, and I went to withdraw cash and pay for a 15-minute private show. We all agreed on the same girl that we found really hot. We went to a room upstairs, and the rule, because we were more than 2 people at the same time, we couldn't touch her, just sit and watch. So she started removing her clothes and dancing, and we were like little kids just looking and saying not a word for the first few minutes, almost hypnotized. Again, I've never been to a strip club, so I have no idea how this works. I have no opinion to put in on this. And also, this is just one long paragraph, so if I lose my place multiple times, I apologize. It's kind of hard when they don't have, like, paragraphs and stuff like that. Oh, then she started talking to us, telling us that we were a cute throuple, and she would like to kiss us. Or she would like us to kiss. We all looked at each other, thought about it, and then said no, because we were all in committed relationships. And the next Monday, we would be pretty awkward. So we just stood there looking at her dancing, complimenting her body. When the show ended, Mary went to the bathroom. Sarah and I stayed upstairs. She told me that she was really turned on by the girl and never realized she liked girls that much until she wanted a second run, just the 2 of us. So this time, she could touch the girl. I said yes, and we went to another room, smaller this time, and the dancer was now closer to us. She told us we had had enough cash for a 10-minute show, and then she put a timer on her phone, and the show started. Sarah asked her if she could put her face in the middle of her breasts, and she said yes. Took her face and buried it between her large breasts, and that was the hottest thing I'd ever saw in my life. Really? That's the hottest thing? I hate this. In the middle of the show, the dancer said it would really turn her on if we kissed. Without even thinking it this time, we turned towards each other and kissed. It was not just a smack on the lips, we kissed passionately, and Sarah put her hands around my neck while kissing. Then the dancer got between us, took my right hand, Sarah's left hand, and started massaging east of her breasts with it, and asked us to kiss again. This time, it was even more passionate and intense. Then the show ended and we went down to where the others were. On our way down there, we agreed not to even mention what happened there and to talk to no one about it because she has a boyfriend and I'm also in a relationship. We agreed to never say a word about it. We rejoined our other colleagues and they asked how it was and we said it was just okay, not that great. Oh, but it was the hottest thing you've ever seen. Sorry. I went home soon after that. I went home and the first thing I did was to put all my clothes in the washer and take a shower. I was drunk, but I could smell Sarah's perfume all over me, and I didn't want my girlfriend to smell it. When she asked me how it was, I said pretty boring and that she was hotter than all the girls there. I couldn't tell her the truth. For the first time of our relationship, I openly lied to her. I went to bed and cried the whole night. The next day, Mary told me that they stayed there till close and that Sarah drank later and she had to take a day off because she wasn't feeling all right. Tuesday, she came to work and I heard her talking to another girl saying that she regrets going there and she doesn't remember much after saying that she turned and looked at me for a second and said that she feels better now. Now I'm confused because if she really don't remember cheating on her boyfriend, I don't want to bring that up. And if she does remember, I don't want to be the one to talk about it first. Edit. Just to be clear, yes, my girlfriend knew we were going to a club, and she told me that she was okay with it. There was not something between Sarah and I before that night. She complimented me on my work and outfits on a few occasions, but nothing more. Yes, I regret what happened that night, and I think I will come out clean to my girlfriend. TLDR. Today I fucked up by kissing a coworker while we were both in a relationship at a strip club and lied to my girlfriend when she asked about it. I mean, this is why I don't understand the point of doing, like, shit. Not like going to a strip club. I understand that is for some people, and that's fine. My thing is, I don't understand why you were able to say no the first time, but yes the second time. And also the third time. Because it's like, what was the point of saying no, and the fact that you were in a relationship, and then doing it the second time, like, I don't know if I fully believe that you didn't have a thing for Sarah before this, because I don't know, I feel like if you didn't, it would have been easier for you to say no. I don't know, make your own opinions on that one. I don't think it was right, and I think he should come out to it, and personally he would have his girlfriend would have every reason to break up with him, or at least take some time apart from him for a little while. So, I don't know. This is another not safe for work one. Today I fucked up by telling my boyfriend about my love for Bowser. I'm assuming we're talking about, like, Mario Bowser. Like, you know, stealing Princess Peach, arch enemy of Mario. I'm assuming that's who we're talking about. I can't think of anybody else that we would be talking about with the name Bowser. Hello, Reddit. This is my first post. I thought making a Reddit post about this so people laugh, it would make me feel better. Starting this, I, 21M, went to see the new Super Mario movie with my boyfriend, 28M. For background, we are both nerds. He's more on the collector and movie watching side, also very sporty, while I'm more of an artist and gamer. We've been in a casual/platonic relationship for about 3 years, but call each other boyfriends. The movie was amazing. Lots of references splashed, and we laughed a lot, and he was happy. He was happy. I explained most of them. It was a great time. Sidebar, I do really want to go see this movie, but my kid's been acting up in school, and so I don't want to go see it because, one, I would feel like I need to take him with me. I know I don't have to, but it would be like, I would feel really guilty going and seeing this movie without him, but I also don't want to take him just because I want to see it, because then I feel like he would be getting rewarded for doing bad, so. No spoilers, please. The problem is that I'm an avid not safe for work watcher, usually cartoon art, Bara, etc. I have no idea what Bara is. It's Bara, so if I said that wrong, but that's what it is. A lot of stuff and characters. Nothing illegal or extremely weird, though. I've normalized it to the point that most of my friends know about it, and I don't have a problem with talking about when asked. Except with my boyfriend. I've never said a word of that to him. While watching the movie, I got a really hard boner on some Bowser scenes. I hear that the Bowser is, like, not, like, sexual, but I'm like, I hear that the Bowser in this movie is, like, really good. Like, Jack Black did a really, really good job. But, I mean, to be fair, Jack Black always does a fantastic job with his characters. I was really ashamed. It had never happened to me before at a cinema, not even in Puss in Boots. I liked the wolf guy. I was like, why would you get a hard-on for Puss in Boots? I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand Antonio Banderas, but... or other animated movies. I didn't know how to hide it, so I just had my hand and hat on it while I waited to calm down. Suddenly, my boyfriend grabbed my hand and noticed it. He said, "Why are you hard here? You don't get this hard even with me." Yikes. That's going to be an interesting thing to explain. I have had a similar situation, but given it was at home, and it explained a lot with that guy. I'm not going to talk about it here, though. He started questioning me if it was someone I saw there or the cinema. If I took a Viagra, even raised his voice angrily, asking if it were the children there. A lot of people turned their heads to me, which made me feel even worse to be seen like that. Finally, I said, "Bowser, okay? I like Bowser. Sorry." He went silent. He stopped staring at me from time to time and barely laughed the rest of the movie. I felt terrible. I couldn't wait to get out of there, but we still wanted to see the rest of the film, which I loved. On the way out, he was asking me why or what stuff I found attractive about it. I was scared, but I told him freely the stuff I liked, as I do with my friends. He left me at the bus stop since it was a nightmare, as he always does, but this time he said, "I think it's really weird that you get off watching that stuff. I don't think we should continue hanging out. It's just so strange." I said, "Okay," and when I got home, I was blocked. So yeah, maybe I should have just said something else. I feel gross now posting this in case someone finds it funny. TLDR, I got a throbbing boner watching Bowser in the Super Mario movie, and my boyfriend blocked me after we watched it and explained. I mean, I feel like maybe if you had been more open about why you feel that way beforehand, I think it probably would not have been as weird for him. Or I think what it was is that he was just so caught off guard. And then, you know, also the fact that he was worried that it was the children in the area, which I think, unfortunately, nowadays is a very valid worry when dating anybody. Because it's like, how do you know? Like, you only can take somebody at their word, and until they act upon a certain situation, you have no idea how they feel in reality. So you have to take them at their word. So I can understand the feeling of like, wait a fucking minute, why are you so hard right now? This is weird. Like, what is wrong with you? Because again, I've been in a similar situation. It was just at home, and yeah, it was definitely one of those moments where I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was just a lot. And at the same time, it also explained a lot for me too. And I mean, to be fair, like, some guys, some people are just into like that big burly kind of physique. I mean, I think for gay men it's called bears. Some people just like that big burliness that Jack Black just exudes as a person in general. So, I mean, I can understand. And to be fair, like, I think as long as it's nothing that he, like, does to make other people uncomfortable, then it's not a big deal. Obviously, it was something that made his boyfriend or platonic, romantically linked partner uncomfortable, and that's also fine. He doesn't have to be like, oh, well, I guess I just have to accept that you're like this. Maybe he just needs time to think. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get an update sometime about, like, him being like, hey, like, he thought it over, and then he realized it really wasn't that strange, especially given what we're both into, and, you know, we've talked about it, we've kind of started seeing each other again. I'm hoping for that, to be fair, but at the same time, it would be completely valid on either way if neither one of them wanted anything to do with the other one after this. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Today I fucked up by flipping off my roommate's car. I feel like I know where this is going, and if I do, I've probably been in the similar situation. This happened a couple years ago, but I was just reminded of it today. Back in the day, I shared a house with 5 other roommates. Ugh. It was a crazy year, and all 6 of us attended the same college. So I have lived with roommates before. A lot of us in one house, and it sucked ass. One day, I was driving to campus and saw my roommate's forest green 98 Subaru Outback heading down the road towards me in our neighborhood. Obviously, I immediately threw up a friendly, "Fuck you," with a big grin on my face. Just in time to see a middle-aged man sitting behind the wheel, most assuredly not my roommate. Yeah, I've definitely been in a similar situation. It wasn't because I flipped anybody off, but it was the typical, like, kid thing. It's like you see somebody with your parents' similar car, and you go up and you try to get in, and only to look up and go, "You're not my mom!" and then run away, because it was very awkward. I felt a little awkward before I saw a bright red brake light in my rear view, and the car abruptly started to pull a 3-point turn in the middle of the road. He finished his turn and started to follow me back the way he was coming from. At this point, flight or fight is kicking in, and I decided flight is the best call. This is America, after all. My friend's apartment complex was thankfully just up the road where this happened, so I managed to quickly pull in and wrap around the main building. Just as I'm coming out on the other side of it, I see his car pulling up past the parking lot in the back to look for me. That was enough to lose him, and I made it to class on time, but that was definitely the last time I flipped my friend off. TLDR. I flipped off what I thought was my roommate driving home. Turned out to be a random man who got so offended he followed me until I lost him. To be fair, I have also flipped somebody off, like, in high school. I think I was in my grandmother's car. Somebody, like, did something really shitty, and, like, they got behind us, and so me and my brother, we flipped them off, because we were little shithead kids. And they followed us for a while. My grandma was just like making like random turns for like 15 minutes until they finally were like, fuck this, and left. Because it was like, shit. Today I fucked up by ratting my college roommate because he cheated on his long distance girlfriend of 4 years. I think it means ratting on his roommate. Today I fucked up by betraying my college roommate's trust and exposing his infidelities to his long-distance girlfriend. Let's call my roommate Charlie. Charlie was in a long-distance relationship with Emily while we were roommates in college, but he cheated on her with multiple girls throughout their time together. I learned that Charlie also talked trash behind the back of every girlfriend he had, including Emily. Charlie sounds like a fantastic person. I'm joking. Oh, by the way, I did get something. This is for the visuals of people watching, but I have a red flag now. Sorry. I was going to say that at the beginning and I completely forgot, and then I saw it like off the corner of my eye. But yes, we have a red flag now that I will wave whenever I feel like somebody is acting like a red flag. Years later, Emily and Charlie broke up, and she asked me for advice on whether she should get back together with him. Unable to keep Charlie's infidelities a secret any longer, I told Emily everything and advised her to run and never look back. Now I feel guilty for betraying Charlie's trust because some guys say I broke bro code, but I stand by my decision to protect Emily from further harm. It's also essential to be aware of how someone talks about their partners behind their back, as it can be a warning sign of infidelity or other toxic behavior. Yes, it can. Waving the flag. Talking shit, like talking negatively about your partner behind their back to somebody who doesn't know them, I think is a big red flag. Like, I can understand, like, if it's, like, mutual friends and you're, like, playfully talking trash about them, like, I can't even think of something right now. But it's, like, if it's something that they know is a joke, that even if it got back to your partner, it would be something that would be like, really? Like, you told them about that, you motherfucker. I feel like that would be different, but actively talking trash about a partner that nobody has any, like, insight to, and it's a red flag. Edit. I couldn't post this, and am I the asshole? Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. TLDR. I exposed my college roommate's infidelities to his long-distance girlfriend and advised her to move on, even though Charlie talked terribly behind the back of every girlfriend he had. Edit. I couldn't post this, and am I the asshole, due to their guidelines, but I'm confident that I made the right decision in exposing my former roommate's infidelity. Looking back, I regret not being honest with Emily earlier, and I wish I hadn't been afraid of getting caught up in the drama. To clarify, I want to add that I was not personally invested in Emily's situation. I barely knew her and had no romantic interest in her. However, I believe it's important to prioritize honesty and respect in all relationships, regardless of personal investment, and to be aware of warning signs of infidelity or other toxic behavior. I agree with this because I feel like if you didn't tell her, she was just going to put herself through more and more hurt because she loved a guy more than he loved her and didn't have the balls to sit there and treat her the way that she should be treated. I'm not saying that she's like 100% innocent in this, and maybe she was a toxic person too, but I believe in knowing, I believe that everybody should know what's going on. If your partner is cheating or if your best friend is cheating on their partner and you know, but you refuse to say anything because you don't want to get caught up in the drama, I feel like you're just as bad of a person, because why would you sit there and be like, oh, I knew he was cheating the whole time, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to get caught up in the drama. And it's like, so you let somebody get hurt over and over and over again just because. Like, it's kind of a shitty thing to do. That's just my thought on that. We're just going to go ahead and move on. That's a terrible 5. Even though I'm not switching back, I'm trying to get into the habit of, like, staying on, like, writing. Today I fucked up by torturing my date. TLDR, I forced my date to listen to my shitty music for 30 minutes. When you say shitty music, like, is it music that you personally made and you know is shitty? Or, like, I need a little bit more context here. Which we're going to find out. This did actually happen today. I recently found myself back on the dating apps looking for the one. I've matched with a nice but very shy girl. After playing the most awful game of 20 questions, I asked if I could take her out to eat at a steakhouse. Steak. She agreed, but said that she doesn't have a car at the moment. No big deal, I thought, so I agreed to pick her up for a late lunch. I get to her place, and she comes out and gets in my car. I set the GPS and see it's going to be about 35 minutes to get there. I like to drive, and this girl seems pleasant enough, so I'm not worried about the distance at all. Still, it's hard to get her talking, so I open up YouTube and hand her my phone and tell her to play some music. She refuses and says I should just play my music, which, okay, to be fair, I can understand that because, like, as somebody that's kind of, like, shy when you're getting to know them, I would feel weird, like, just taking over somebody's phone and being like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put in my music. Because it's like, what if they don't like your music? And then it's, like, makes it really awkward because they're just like, oh, can you change the song? Can you change this song? Can you change this song? And it's like, why don't you just pick something then and I will just fucking deal with it. Because I'm definitely also the person where I will try to listen to anything once. And I am also that polite person where even if it sucks ass, I will sit there and be like, yeah, this is banging. Please don't ever send me this music because I will not listen to it. Well, I don't have much of an excuse for this, but it could have been a combination of sleep deprivation. I work graveyard. So why would you go on a date like that? Like, and also social unawareness / stupidity. I decided to play my real music playlist. Let's just say I have unique tastes in music, somewhere between CBAT and actual porn. It's some real chronic Redditor shit. Okay. Well, I played the playlist on shuffle and popped my phone into the phone mount, and I don't use any more brain cells to think about my mistake. I try talking to this girl some more, but give up when I realize she's pretty much mute. In hindsight, I think she was thoroughly mortified and likely beginning to get sick. Well, after a long, awkward car ride, we get to the steakhouse and things get better. I have a drink, we talk about our dogs, video games, TV shows, and hobbies. Spoiler, she doesn't have any. Maybe? I can't really say that. Because I know there are some people that just aren't really, like, hobby people. They just enjoy, like, being around other people, and that's kind of their hobby. But I do feel like everyone needs to have, like, their own personal hobby. I don't know. Some people just aren't hobby things, but I don't know. To me, that's a little... just a little bit. Not like a full-on waving thing, but just a little, like, I don't know how I feel about that. She smiles and seems to be more herself, and that really makes me way too confident. Uh-oh. Then it's time to take her back home. So we get in the car, and I start the music again. And there are titties looking back at me. I'm just thinking it's supposed to say me, but it says my. Big, bouncing anime titties. Then it clicks. My whole music playlist is softcore porn, and I made this poor girl watch it for 30 minutes straight. I didn't even realize because I was driving, not even looking at my phone. Okay, sidebar. Could you imagine being a cop, pulling up next to them, and just kind of glancing over, because, you know, you're a cop, so you obviously have to be aware, and you see, like, the phone thing going on, and you practically see softcore porn going on there. Or just anybody, like, not even a cop, but just anybody that, because, like, I mean, I know I do, like, when I pull up to a stoplight, I'm kind of, like, looking around and, like, oh, you know, hey, what's going on with, you know, other people, like, I guess I'm just nosy like that. But can you imagine pulling up next to somebody, looking over and being like, what the fuck is this person watching? And the girl sitting there, obviously looking very uncomfortable, being like, I feel like I should, like, stop this whole thing and be like, ma'am, do you need help? Because... yikes. Well, I don't really know how to apologize for that, so I do what anyone else would do and pretend it didn't happen. Same. I would probably do the same thing. I put on a Taylor Swift playlist and take her home without further incident. I thought we were okay, but she unmatched me a few hours later. Whatever. Her loss. No. My dude. I'm gonna waive this. Not her loss. Not everybody wants to watch softcore porn every time they listen to music. I'm sorry. TLDR. I forced my date to listen to my shitty music for 30 minutes. I'm gonna get real personal with you guys here for a second. Not like I haven't before. But this is gonna be like real personal. Before me and my husband started dating again, because we met in high school, so it's not like before I met him, but before we started dating again, as adults, I tried the online dating scene. I don't think I did Tinder. I did like OkCupid and Plenty of Fish, which I think Plenty of Fish was just basically Tinder. And I met a guy that lived about like an hour away from me. So I would always drive there. That should have been my first red flag, is that I would always drive there. And we went on 2 dates. The first one, we went to a comic book store. I was really down for that. I like comic books. I like nerdy stuff. Obviously. Sorry. It's really hard to show on this one. Lord of the Rings. Supernatural. I like nerdy stuff. And it was fine. So we set up to go on another date. Again, went there. And also met him at his place. Okay, I met him at his place. We went to his place after on the first date. Probably stupid, I know. Nothing happened. And then we just met up to hang out for a while for the second date. So, I mean, I don't know if you really call it a date or not. But he started to get way too handsy and, like, trying to, like, full on make out. And it's like he climbs on top of me and he's about to get real personal, hard, and I can feel him. And he was skinny. Like, he was not a shower or a grower. He was just meh. And I know it's not about the size, it's about the motion of the ocean and all that stuff, but I don't know if it was just the fact that it was like that and I felt so awkward. Also, this happened while watching Thor: Dark World. So, like, one of the worst Thor movies you could try to get it onto. Or maybe the best one, because it's really not that great of a movie. Like, it's my least favorite Thor movie, if I'm being honest. I think it might even be my least favorite Marvel movie in general. So, I went home and then I blocked him. I didn't give him an explanation. I just ghosted the man. Flat out ghosted him because I was just like, no. This is probably on me. This is my red flag, but I don't play part of the itty bitty weenie committee, so sorry. Anyway, this is another not safe for work, as if the story I just told about myself was not a not safe for work joke anyway, or story. Today I fucked up by being judgmental towards a woman who was getting freaky at a club. I mean, I think all of us at some point have judged somebody for something. It doesn't have to be anything like crazy, but I think as long as you don't act on the judgment, it's not that big of a deal. So, because I mean, like, as long as you're saying it in your head, you don't say anything out loud. You're not like, wow, look at that bitch over there. I think it's fine, but I think it's when you act upon it, that's when it becomes a problem. So I'm going to get this ready just in case. I went to this club with a friend of mine, and she brought one of her friends that loves to go clubbing. Let's just say my friend is Ashley and her friend is Katie. Katie was dancing with all the guys and all the girls at the club. She was grinding on them. She was feeling on them. She was pulling up her dress and showing her panties. She was going crazy. I might be judging her too now. She was grabbing some guys between their legs when dancing with them, and she took some guy into the bathroom. I'm guessing they did some freaky shit in there. I might be judging too. I don't know. Anyway, Ashley was like, yeah, girl, get it. And I told Ashley that I don't know why she was encouraging that kind of behavior. Your friend is too easy. To each their own, though. Like, is it really your problem? Like, you're not dating her. You're not feeding her. You're not fucking her. Is it really your business? She looks at me and was like, you're judgmental. There's no reason for you to judge her like that. She eventually told Katie, and she was like, I feel like you're just jealous or something, and it was an awkward drive back to our college campus. We ended up arguing. I guess when I really think about it, though, in a reverse kind of situation, I might have done some pretty wild things, too, if I had women all over me last night, or if they offered to give me a blowjob, but that didn't happen. 2 women invited me to dance with them, but we didn't really do anything crazy, and they didn't grind on me. I'm honestly feeling pretty bitter. I honestly felt pretty bitter that night. But hey, I guess I can't complain since I'm a bad dancer and a virgin. Oh well. TLDR. I was being judgmental towards a woman who was getting freaky at a club. Okay. So one, yes, I judged a little bit too. But at the same time, I do believe, like, you can be judgmental towards somebody, but as long as you don't, like, say anything and you just keep it to yourself, I don't think there's a big deal with it. It's when you open your big trap, like said OP, and is like, your friend's a whore. And it's like, okay, and you're just jealous, which, to be fair, he probably was, honestly. And maybe if he had tried to make a move, it would have been him in the bathroom instead of her. But at the same time, if you're a virgin in college, I think you're trying to hold out for a little bit more of a romantic thing than getting a blowjob or lose your virginity in the bathroom at a club. So, I don't know. Virgins, speak up. Sorry. I was trying to say that without laughing and I just couldn't help myself. But like I said, if you're not feeding her, fucking her, or funding her, it's really none of your business if she wants to just do whoever she wants to do at a club. So, I agree that you fucked up. I think that the fucking up was when you decided... I don't think you fucking up was judging her. I think you fucking up was when you decided to open your trap about it. Especially to her friend that brought her. Because I'm assuming that your friend, Ashley, knows that Katie is like this. And she was also encouraging her. So I don't see why you think that being like, I don't know why you're encouraging her. Your friend's a whore. Would get you, like, any sort of her on your side. That's just my thought, though. I don't think it would be one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's totally going to get you on her side. No, it's fucking not. I'm just making sure I have these in the right order. Alright, we got some time. Today I fucked up by flying to be with my boyfriend who has another girlfriend. Red flag. TLDR, flying to be with my boyfriend who has another girlfriend. This happened a few weeks ago, but with all the drama involving this situation, all the drama involving this situation has been driving me nuts. But I, F21, met my now ex M33 through a mutual friend online a few months ago. At first, I never really cared for him, given the things that my friend would say about him. For example, how he was obsessive, childish, and just all around a bad person, and went on about how he mistreated her best friend, who he was at the time in the talking stage of things with her. So hearing all of that, I just kept my distance. No, you didn't, because you dated him. You red flag. Why do people do that? Like, I'm not just saying women. Why do people do that? They hear about how terrible, and they see how terrible someone treats their significant other, and then continues to get in a relationship with them like, I can change him. I can totally change him. No, bitch, you can't. He's just trash. He's just a man. Stop worrying about it so hard. A few weeks go by, and I eventually start talking to him, just basic conversations about interests, like music and random things, and as I got to know him, I learned how similar we were, and we just got along well. That doesn't mean you need to date him. He's obviously garbage. Eventually, it turned into flirting, which I assumed was okay given he wasn't dating the girl he was talking to. Stop it! Stop it right now! Some time passes, and I eventually find out from him he is dating her now, but just didn't want to stop talking to me, given he said we were compatible, but he just vibes with her. I'm gonna shove this into my eye now. Stop dating trash men! Stop it! You deserve better! Damn it! Eventually, he tells me if I fly to be with him, he'd break up with her and block her, given as she has had multiple offers to see him, but declined them all. Bitch, you just gonna waste a whole bunch of money to see a trash human being. You can see trash. Just go to your local dumpster. Just go to your local garbage place. Trash land. Where all the men are. Probably find cooler stuff. Just saying. Landfill, that's the word. I have terrible time with words. As dumb as I am, I agreed, and he bought me a one-way ticket to Tampa for that Saturday. Well, at least he paid for the ticket there. So at least you didn't waste your money. So that's fair. At least he bought you your ticket. So at least it's his money. At first, when I got there, things were fine. Why am I yawning right now? It's friggin' it's 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't need to be yawning. At first, when I got there, things were fine until I noticed him acting different. I eventually called him out on it, and he goes on to tell me he never blocked her because he has a hard time dropping her, given he claims to have an emotional dependency on her, since she saved his life when he was suicidal, and fought it for a little while until we just agreed to be friends. This isn't very well written. Which was hard, given I had started working with him and he didn't have my own money to return yet. So you're stuck in Florida with no way back. Like, who does that? This girl, apparently. As I was there, I tried to convince him to tell her as she deserved to know, and it's messed up if he tells her he loves her, but continues to cuddle with me at night, even as friends. I've been debating on telling her, but I don't know how to go about it. I have her number and have just been terrified with how it's going to play out, given I'm in the wrong for everything as well. So what should I do? It's been eating at me for weeks, and I'm just so confused, given I'm not good in these type of situations. First off, you both get red flags. Both of you. One for you, one for him. I'm going to put this right here for a second. You are the other woman. You telling her anything isn't going to mean shit to her. I'm telling you that right now. You can tell her everything. But unless he comes out and says it and agrees with you, she's not going to care, because she's just going to be like, you're the other woman. You just want my man, which you do, stupidly. And you're just going to sit there and make a bigger problem for yourself. It's not going to solve anything. You're not going to get him in the end. And if you do, honey, he's not worth it. So you telling her, all that's going to happen is that it's going to make you think that you now have a chance with him, and you don't. Because obviously if you did, he would choose you over her to begin with, and you wouldn't be in this situation. Fucking people. Wait. Okay, I was right. I forgot what number I was on. And this one's a long one, so this might be our last one. We will see. Today I fucked up by going through my 23F fiance's 23M's phone and found out he cheated and is active in a porn community on Reddit. I didn't know there were porn communities on Reddit. Today I fucked up when I, 23F, found out my fiance, 23M, wants a friends with benefits and has cheated on me. We have been together for just over a year and have been engaged almost 2 months. I'm not usually one to go through people's phones, as I know how I'd feel if someone did it to me. Your whole life is on there. He's a very private individual, but I could not shake the feeling that something was happening. He told me when we first started seeing each other that he has never cheated because he's been cheated on and he knows how it feels. I understood that 100%, as I also have been cheated on. I know he has a very, we'll say, active past. This isn't a big deal for me, but I could not shake the feeling that something was either going on or had gone on. No shit. When I had the opportunity when he was in the shower, I logged into his phone and started checking. Nothing popped up in Snapchat or Instagram, so I thought I was being dramatic. Then I got to Reddit. My fiance is a big Redditor. There I found multiple messages of him talking to other females about wanting a friends with benefits. He was even giving them his Snapchat to try and talk to them on there. The latest was a few months ago. This was during a small rough patch in our relationship, but this still hurt me like crazy, as right after that time is about the time we started discussing marriage seriously. I started looking at his text messages and found out that he had done this throughout other relationships as well. While he was telling an ex he loved her, he was also talking to other females via Reddit. I found a list of girls he slept with, and I was not the last on that list, which made me question if he stepped out on me physically as well as online. I found a hidden folder of a bunch of photos from all kinds of girls. Thank God I know how to navigate an iPhone. When I checked the dates, it was from before we were together, but he had been very actively talking to multiple girls at once. Sexting, messaging, exchanging photos, and videos. He never saves any explicit photos or videos I send to him, which makes me think he's not as attracted to me as much as he was to these girls. It's not like I'm ugly. I like to think that I'm a very attractive young woman, or at least I've been told so. I take care of myself physically, emotionally, and mentally. The fact that he still has this photo album does make me scared. I'm starting to think that he proposed to me just to lock me down because he thinks I'm oblivious and he knows I would do anything to make him happy. He knows I have stayed in a very abusive relationships because of my self-esteem and confidence, and I'm wondering if he's locking me down so I will feel even more stuck. We've built a life together over the past year. We even got a cat together, and I don't want to lose anything from my life. I haven't said anything to him, and honestly, I don't know if I will. I might just monitor the situation and see if anything else happens. I feel like I violated his trust, but he obviously did the same to me. Yeah, he did. Oddly enough, I still love him with my whole heart. Honey. I should mention that I don't care if he watches porn or has a specific thing he finds more attractive sexually. He states that he doesn't watch porn because it doesn't do anything with him, but I know that this is a lie. What I care most about is that he won't talk to me about his sexual preferences and that he would rather have someone else meet those needs. I don't want him to feel like he can't talk to me, especially if we are going to get married. A few days later, I went through his Reddit again and found out he's been following a bunch of girls who post porn. One just started their account a few months ago, and he has saved a bunch of posts of porn. The most recent one was posted a few days ago. Like I said, I don't mind if he watches porn, but it's heartbreaking that he is going out and looking for it on Reddit, where he can actively message these people. Saving the post so you can go back and find it is one thing, but messaging these accounts and following them is over the line for me. While monitoring, I saw that he started messaging another girl via Instagram. His page clearly shows that he is in a relationship, and yet she responded anyway. But yet the problem is that it isn't the problem that he messaged her first. He's so perfect when we're together, and there are no red flags. Bitch, yes there is. But they pop up when we aren't together. This makes me think that he may try to access other sites like OF. I'm assuming it means OnlyFans. Or even start an account on a dating app. I wonder if there is a need that's not being met, or am I not good enough? I actively try to show him I am all he will ever need. I am always sexually available. I cook, clean, take care of the cat when he is away for work. I even go out of my way to make sure he is always stocked up on everything he needs for home essentials. I'm really hurt by the whole situation, and I don't know what to do. Should I wait until he confesses, or do I bring it up? Do I just let it go? I don't want to lose my relationship. First off, there is an update. And we're not done. Secondly, I don't think men cheat because their, like, needs aren't being met. Some men cheat just because they're trashed. Plain and simple. Some men just get off on the idea of cheating. And instead of being open and honest, they like the taboo-ness and cheat because that's what gets them off. Not the other person, just the whole part of the fact that they're cheating on their partner. I do not believe for one single second that this man has never cheated on anybody before. Not for a single second. The second you said that, the fact that he is so like, I've never cheated on anybody before, but I've been cheated on, this man is a fucking liar. Red flag. So we're gonna finish this, see what happens. Update. I've read all of the comments, and I want to start off by saying that I'm sorry if I offended anyone by saying females. That was brought up a few times, and I just don't like being redundant when I write things. I was only trying to be synonymous. I agree that I need to leave. However, there are a few things holding me back. I've moved past him following accounts on Reddit. After some thought, I believe it's the same as watching porn online. He hasn't messaged anyone for a while on any platform, and that's been reassuring. What about that girl on Instagram? You said that that was while you were monitoring. So, what the fuck? And that's been reassuring. He's opened up to me about some of his kinks, and I believe that he has been ashamed to share them with me and was using accounts on Reddit to be able to live out those fantasies. He also confessed to me about the list. I don't want to discredit all of the things he does do for me. I know my post painted him in a very bad light, but I don't believe him to be a bad person overall. He is always very reassuring and very accommodating. That's not all, but I would be typing forever if I said more. We have worked through quite a few things over the past 14 months, and I know I'm not perfect either. I have done nothing to jeopardize this relationship in the same way he has, but that does not mean I have not made mistakes. I swear to God, if you're going to beat yourself up because this garbage human being is now suddenly being like, oh, I think I feel a little guilty and I'm going to say something. Women. I don't have anything else to say to that. Bitches. I shouldn't say that derogatorily, but it's like, God damn it. Like, ladies, come on. We deserve better. Some of us deserve better. I know some of us are trash, just like men. Just like not all men are trash. Some of us deserve better. I don't want anyone to think that I am justifying his actions, as I'm not. Yes, you fucking are. But, as I have concluded, he does have a porn and or sex addiction. I've learned from his friends, exes, and family members who have addictions or work in that area, addictions can be hard to overcome. Our wedding is not going to be for a few years, so we will have time to move past this, or maybe we won't. Whatever the case, I'm going to be patient and allow him some space to grow and show me he has changed. I know he follows this subreddit, so I'm hoping he has not caught on to the fact that it's me, but if he has, I hope he sees how it's affected me and that he decides I'm worth it to make some changes for. If not, I'll just be fine. Life will go on and I'll find someone who is not abusive or manipulative. So you're willing to marry somebody that you just actively said is abusive and manipulative in the hopes that he will change. TLDR. Today I fucked up by going through my fiance's phone and found out he cheated on me and is active in Reddit porn communities, as well as messaging porn accounts for online friends with benefits. Listen. I have forgiven someone I love very much for cheating before. I get it. Sometimes they do change. I'm not saying that he won't. But I'm saying the fact that that you actively said that he's abusive and manipulative. That doesn't change. He's always going to be manipulative in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it may not be about the fact that he's talking to other women actively. You say not actively, but yet you said that while you were monitoring his phone, he started messaging a woman on Instagram. I can't say if it went anywhere or not, but that I'm just repeating what you said. The fact that what hurts the most, I think, about this, and I'm going to say hurt because I do mean it, is that not only do I see myself in this girl, because I have stayed in a manipulative and abusive relationship before. One, hoping that he would change, and two, because I had gotten pregnant and then had a miscarriage, and I felt terrible because I had said while I was pregnant, were I not pregnant, I would not stay. And I felt like the miscarriage was my fault. So, I understand feeling guilty. I understand that. But you deserve better, and I really hope you find it. And I really hope that if he is going to change, I hope he does for the better in all aspects, not just one. This one is a very short one, and I've only got a few minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and read this one because I want to end on a better note than a cheater. So, today I fucked up by taking a bite of a muffin. I work on a delivery team. The other day, we were installing a fridge in a lower-end apartment, and as we were installing it, my delivery partner noticed a handful of old muffins left out on the counter. He dared me to take one. Keep in mind, I've never done anything like this on a delivery before. I'm usually a goody two-shoes. But I thought the landlord had left the room and succumbed to peer pressure and took a bite of one, then left it on the counter. We thought it was funny and left. Well, fast forward to today, and we got a call that they are furious about it. I'm not getting fired, but written up for a muffin. I'm an idiot, learned my lesson. It tasted like shit too. TLDR. Took a bite of an old muffin left out as I was installing a fridge, and now they're furious. Of a muffin? Especially, like, an old muffin? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, one, if it's old, like, why would you take a bite of it? Why would it still be out? Like, there's so many questions I have, and I don't have time to ask them all or get answers. Why was it still out? Why are they angry about it if it was old? Were they going to eat it? Because if it was old, it needed to be thrown away anyway, and needed to be thrown away anyway, why are they so angry about it? Like, I can understand, like, that it was just kind of a shitty thing to do. Like, if you're gonna take a bite out of it, at least throw the fucking thing away and, like, hide the fucking evidence. Y'all got me fucked up sometimes. That's gonna be it for me, though, for this one, because I don't think I want to stress myself out anymore. I've had enough stress today. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone for listening today. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. If you know someone who likes my content, feel free to send me their way in a share. If you would like to send me a message with your own story, rant, question, unpopular opinion, or if you want me to tell others how you fucked up today or any day, send me a message via any of my social media found in the description. Just look for my cute little avatar you see on whatever app you're listening on. Please, give a rating if you enjoyed what you heard today. I hear that they help out tremendously. And as always, I will catch y'all next time. Bye! Y'all, I do not have words for that second to last story. I had to read that, like, really short one afterwards, because otherwise I probably would have just kept going on. Please, if you are in a relationship with somebody that is not good to you, please, 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 please know that you deserve better. And that's the last I'm going to say about it. On the other hand, let's move on to a better subject. If you liked what you heard today, please hit one of the buttons down below, the like, subscribe, the comment button. Feel free to leave your opinion on anything you thought that was funny. And as always, I will see you guys next time. I will see you. This is Friday, so I will see you guys Monday.